Hi, sorry, can I get your name, please?
Xiao.
Chow. Nice to meet you, Chow. My name is Sharif. As a Chinese woman living in the UK, how would you base your experience in the UK as a Chinese woman?
Well, I can say that I feel I'm more free to say something, and life will be much more easy. But to be honest, I think it's really very very expensive to live in UK, especially London, and also it feels like it's not really easy to get a job. Yeah.
And do you, how would you compare the cost of living in China compared to the UK? Like, what aspects do you find very expensive?
Well, the rent is a very big part. I think the rent in the UK is really, really expensive. But actually, if you mention that, I think it's still good because you can cover it if you do some part-time job. Sometimes I feel in China, people just try our best to pay for, the mortgage, because in China there's a rule: you have to have your house, your own house. You can't really keep renting.
And what would you say what would you compare the cultural norms in China compared to the UK? What are the cultural norms and differences?
Well, I think in the UK people are different, diverse. So people can like they would like to eat different food, and people celebrate different what's that called? Holidays,
Yeah.
something like that. And but for in China, it feels like you have to be the same. This is very important rule and principle. Like if everybody is happy for celebrating the New Year, and you say no, I'm not celebrating the New Year because I'm not from China, or I don't like New Year. I like Christmas, and they will be like, no, you betray China. And if you are like in a school, and people says, oh, we will go the camping together, and you say, no, I don't want to go because I'm gonna stay at home and look after my sick dog. My dog is sick, and people will say, no, it's not good because you're trying to be different and you don't respect your classmates. So when everybody keeps saying that from your childhood, you're gonna become very, very kind of try to look normal. And when you go to the UK, and some Chinese people realize, and this is a place allowed to be different. So people dye their hair into like green, pink, and they dress special. But when they go back to China, well, it's a time to get back to the normal. You have to dye your hair to black then, and then you have to wear normal like that.
And what is like, for example, in the UK, there's been a lot of politicians have been talking about the lack of integration from certain migrants. They're thinking that a lot of migrants that come into the UK are not integrated into British culture and British society. I mean, I wouldn't say they're 100% wrong, because, like, for example, like my experience with Chinese students, a lot of them are very shy, they're very reserved, they don't really like to engage with people from different cultures and different backgrounds. What would you say on that perspective?
Well, I think that's the same logic. Just Chinese people try to be normal, try to not be unique. And when you need them to say some opinion, this is a big challenge for them, because any opinion feels like, well, maybe I will be different one, and my opinion will be different from others. Sometimes, like if they want to say, I don't want to eat like pizza, I like rice, and you would think, it's not good. You might think I am racist, but actually it's just a small question. So people are just try to not say something to be safe. I think it's because Chinese culture make them try to be safe all the way.
And what's your opinion on the how would you say, what's the opinion on for example, like what's happening with the censorship in China as well? Like, what's your opinion, if you're comfortable in speaking on that?
Yeah, actually, censorship it's big thing in China. Everybody knows that, and everybody have to follow the rule. Like even you type to your parents, your partner, you have to think twice. Is the death word okay to type like that? And it makes you feel everything is monitored. But yeah, that's true, because if you keep saying bad words, you might maybe the receiver might not sue you, but the platform might sue you.
Yeah.
That's funny. So people understand the rule and never do it, never do bad thing. But it doesn't mean Chinese people are much more polite. It just means you keep something bad in the heart, and then you make it in another way to spread it. Like people in China, you might not say bad words to people easily, but you might be very, very, very mean to people. So it's really weird.
And do you like, for example, what's your right now, is the Chinese government, silencing a lot of religious minorities, or is it because apparently, according to what Western media says, the Chinese government are trying to suppress religion, suppress, like you said, freedom of thought and speech, and would there be a lot of like repercussions or persecution if you try to speak against the Chinese government?
Yeah, definitely, that's true. It's very common that people knows that it's a law. You have to follow the government. Once you have different opinion, it's a kind of crime. So you can't go to the public says I don't like Chinese government. That's a crime. You're gonna be sent to the jail. Yeah, and also people when you are grow up with that environment, you're gonna really feel it's good, it's true, it's a nice thing for you, and then after that you're gonna become very, very you're gonna protect that rule and ask your kids, your friends, don't say bad words to my country, please. But I feel like
Last question I want to ask you: is there Chinese spies, as people have been saying? Is there a lot? Are there Chinese governments sending spies to the UK to spy on certain individuals? As apparently the UK government as well has also take some acknowledgement of this, that there are so quote unquote Chinese spies in the UK.
Yeah, actually, as I am not that kind of important people, so I don't know any spies surrounding me.
Yeah.
But I can say that some people they are not spies, but they act like a spy because they try to that's the same. They just try to say that you shouldn't say any bad words to China, and when they go to some important sectors, they may also spread their own opinion and try to. And also, if they notice that other Chinese co-workers or classmates are saying something bad on the government or the policies, they may just notice it and write it down and tell the parents or teachers that this is a bad thing and I'm gonna report it. It feels like a spy, but actually they might not be spy. They just follow their heart to be loyal to the country.
Okay. Thank you so much.